It is 8:46 right now. She was the first Black woman to win a Nobel Prize in Literature. And tomorrow, Ohio is embarking on a year-long statewide tribute to author and Lorain native Toni Morrison. She passed away in 2019, but would have turned 95 years old tomorrow. And joining us now is Literary Cleveland's program director, Michelle Smith, to tell us more about Beloved. Ohio celebrates Toni Morrison. Michelle, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
A year-long statewide celebration, so many events. Tell me what's going to happen.
So this has been a year in the planning. So Literary Cleveland, Ohio Humanities, Ohio Honor Library Association, of course, the Toni Morrison Society, all sort of designed this celebration to welcome in every institution, group, library, right, creative writing center that wants to celebrate this iconic author. It's the 250th birthday of America. She's a very important writer for the country, but also for the region. So what better way to celebrate that than with this writer who is Northeast Ohio born and bred and who has written through her novels a very unique and important story of America.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because she is not only just legendary with her literature, but American history as well.
Yes.
A whole year-long celebration is really major, but she deserves it.
Yes.
Give us more depth to that.
So there are 11 novels, and most of them sort of talk about historical periods and different things that happened to Black Americans. If you read them in a certain order, beginning with a Mercy and ending with God Bless the Child, it does tell the story of America going all the way back to the 1600s up to the 2000s. And it's a very, I think, sort of unique and accessible way to talk about history, right, with these stories. So you can get into this sort of human aspect of all the things that have happened. And if you're in Ohio, or from Ohio, some of these stories take place in Lorain, or fictional versions of Ohio cities. And Cincinnati, Beloved is in Cincinnati. And so it's a real, a sort of accessible, interesting, fascinating, emotional door into the story of America, and giving you some perspective on that idea of what we are as a nation, who we are as a nation, from a voice that we don't typically sort of hear that from.
You don't. And if someone, they're listening to our conversation right now, they're not familiar with Toni Morrison, they've never read a book, which one would you say should be the first one they should jump into?
I think they should start with the first one, which is The Bluest Eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be the one they should do. You shared something interesting. American history is definitely chronicled in her books, but America didn't jump on right away. She was more known internationally.
Yeah, well, when she was a editor and became a novelist at 40. She had a very sort of set way that she wanted to write. She would say, I'm not writing for a white audience, a white gaze. I'm writing for Black people. You are welcome to read these stories and sort of join in this conversation, but it's not sort of aimed at you, right? A lot of people took issue with the fact that there weren't a lot of white characters. A lot of men didn't like the way that they were depicted in the stories. And so she was sort of considered controversial, and a lot of scholars and critics took issue. But then she won the Nobel.
Yeah.
And I think people understood that this work that she was doing was important, this art that she was making was important. And so I think it rolled back to America at that point, and we began to treasure this person who we should have always treasured. And now I think we do understand is truly important and has really made a significant contribution to our literature.
She is legendary, and she is from Lorain. And we love that, and that should be celebrated.
Yes.
Michelle, we appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank
and
you.
giving us this information about a year-long.
Year-long.
So, you know.
Activities in all the counties, all the cities, and all over Cleveland. So if you go to ohiocelebratestoнимorrison.org, you can see all the listings, read more about Morrison, and find out more about the celebration.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. And that's exactly what you should do. That's exactly what you're going to do. All right.